Hey, I'm Jareen, and if you're trying to tell really great visualization stories, there's an awesome feature I found on Canva which lets you use preset templates in order to tell really great infographic stories. So in this video, I'm going to show you my process for taking some of these preset templates and transforming them into something that fits your brand, story, and message. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I am now going to show you how to use Canva's free infographic maker and show you how to use one of their templates in order to design something that fits your brand, message, and personality. Let's get started. You're going to click this button and the link is in the description of my video. Go ahead and click this. And I am not sponsored by Canva or anything. I do pay for the pro, but this is a free option that you can use just by signing up. So here we are in Canva. I'm going to, first things first, title this so I don't forget it. I'm going to call this YouTube Canva tutorial. Actually, I'm going to call it a YouTube Canva template demo. And I really like this video right here, or this image right here. I'm going to click on it. I think it looks pretty close to what I basically want to show you I built. So this is a version of a template I made, an infographic I made using their template. I'm going to basically show you how to build this. And it's not going to be that hard. Thankfully, I wrote out all of my information. I think that makes the process a lot faster. So hopefully this video will be pretty quick, but basically what I'm going to do, the first thing is I'm going to click the background. You can probably see this blue hue. If I go in, you can see that blue outline, right? If you click on this blue background, just hit delete, it turns white, right? So I'm going to actually go back here and I'm going to copy this because this is actually my brand style. And I'm going to come back in here, click on the white space and hit paste. There it is. That's pretty cool. And if you wanted to, for example, go into the background and do something different like this gray or, whatever the case is, you could do that too. You could hit background and pick something that works for you. I'm going to go back and put this blue because I'm going to use that. I'm going to start taking off some stuff. I don't like this arch. I don't like this video camera. I don't like that star. I don't like that star down here. So I'm just going to delete this and I'm going to start filling in my information. So the big thing here is as you're putting stuff in, you can go to the text file. They have a lot of these preset different fonts and font combinations that I think can be really powerful and interesting. For example, you could put something like this and then drag it and write your title here. I do have a set graphic and font combination I use for my work. And as you can see, you can actually, you don't have to, you can, if you wanted to keep the bold filled in title text, you could actually delete the cell. You could do that. Canva helps you, they create these combos so you can individually delete different sections to accommodate your needs. I'm going to go back into this mock-up that I already made and I'm going to actually copy this because it fits my brand and I like it. So I'm going to add that here. As you can see, Canva shows these lines too to show if you're in and out of the frame, if you're at the edge. It also shows you the middle. I might make this a little smaller, for example. You can drag the corners to make it bigger or smaller. So I'm just going to fit it to the center. As you can see, there's that little pink line that comes. And I'm also going to delete this section and I'm going to add in my own text that I have. And that text is here. I'm just going to copy it. Again, I'm pasting it in here. It's down here. And I'm lining it up, centering it. And I like that. So in order to create that gold effect that you saw, I'm going to go into here. I'm going to write gold. So there's all these elements that you can use from Canva. And they allow you to find things that are interesting to you. For example, if I click this, this isn't necessarily the graphic I want, but it shows different recommendations called the magic recommendations. So you can click that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And instead I'm going to add this, which that's the kind of annoying thing when you click on an element. It will show up in the middle of your document, and you're going to have to kind of finagle it, move it around, and position it to where you are on your screen. So for example, if I was looking up, but this, when I clicked on this element, it showed up at the bottom or in the middle. So I had to kind of like drag it up to my title area. So one of the things that you do, I'm not going to fuss around too much with putting everything exactly where it is, because I kind of want to show you all the really great elements to fill this out. For example, I don't want to keep this fonting. I'm going to delete it. If I wanted to keep it, I could just delete that section, like I deleted the title, but maybe I want to keep the body. In this case, I'm going to delete this too. I'm going to go back to what I already wrote, which is the stats that I want to include. So I'm adding that in. I don't like the star. I want to remove it. I'm talking about TikTok right here. So I actually have this really cool feature on Canva. I absolutely love this. I think it's really powerful in creating a really sleek design. It's called, if you type in frames, you can find all these really cool frames that basically help you mock up, whether that's like an iPhone display or a camera display or TV. I'm going to show you how I'm going to include a graphic here that shows basically a phone mock-up that I want to do, and I'm going to hit the upload button. So I'm uploading. These are some of the images that I have created. I like this video. Basically, I'm going to try to export this as a GIF, and this is going to be movable, which is really, really fun, and I think that adds a lot of dimension to an infographic. All right, so now let's start filling in the rest of this information. As I mentioned, delete out what you don't want. I think that smiley guy is really cute, but I'm going to delete him, and I'm going to add in instead this other set I have, which basically talks about how most adults in the US spend at least 15 minutes on mobile devices every single day, on video apps specifically. That's pretty interesting. And I really liked, because we're talking about time, why don't we go back to the elements and look at what their clock options are. So I'm going to hit clock. There's a lot of really good ones. Because I have a GIF going on already, it might be worth adding this. I think this is really cute. It matches the style. I'm going to drag it here. And, you know, I'll find a way to align it in what looks good. Let's move on. And if this is going too fast, you can always slow things down. I think you kind of get the gist, though, of how I'm creating, how you can create text. If you want to align it, you just move it around. If you want to edit, you just click inside. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then you can also change the colors if you wanted to of the text. I like this beige, so I'm going to keep it that way. So this is cool. This is another stat. About 50% of Americans say that they use mobile devices to watch digital content. So I actually ended up putting this really cool, I don't know if you can see it, this really cool pie chart. And I think that's one of the things that I feel like Canva offers really well is data visualization. So let me show you how to do that. So if you type in charts or chart, you get all these different options. I really like the pie chart, and it kind of pre-populates to show you the different, like they have these like preset items that I'm going to show you how to delete, but let me resize it to something that looks more appropriate. This text though is really tiny. It's so small. This is going to be really hard to read for the user. I'm going to increase that to 10. Okay, I increased it to 10, and I can see that this, you know, is still quite big. So this, I'll probably have to like move this around or a bit, move this slightly in order to make sure that, you know, my text is at least like 10. And you can kind of figure it out as you go, but let's actually fill in this data. So I have some data that I want to add in here. So I'm going to hit clear data, and you can actually write right here, I'm going to add mobile. In my data, I know that 43% of people use their phones to watch video content. And then we're going to do computer, and that's 52. Did you see it was able to create that separation with a pie chart? Obviously, this only equals 95. There is an unknown margin of error in the survey that I'm citing, so I'm going to put 5%. Great. There's not a lot of, you can't like move these around. That's fixed, but I think it's a really easy visualization that you can do, and it's really beautiful, I think. And if you don't want this color scheme, you can click here, and Canva does this cool thing where it picks up color palettes. So based on the palette, the coloring of this template, it gives you different palette options. Like the gold has it pulls out the colors, the hex codes, in order for you to click colors. So if I wanted to make it yellow, I could click that. I don't really like the green, so why don't we click blue? I think that's quite pretty. Other options that you could see: gray, white, beige. I think this is pretty nice. I'm gonna go with this. So now let's look back at what other information I had. Oh, this is a really cool stat that I want to show how you can visually illustrate. So chances are, if you're making an infographic, whoops, I forgot to delete this. Let's do that. And then let's add in our information. Chances are, if you are doing an infographic, you're going to use a lot of numbers, and numbers can be really overwhelming. And you want to help with visualization. So this stat essentially says 8 in 10 adults get their news from smartphones, computers, or tablets, according to the survey from the Pew Research Center. I am going to click this multi-person icon here, and I'm gonna, I'm just gonna go with this person specifically, and let's see, where did it pop up? Oh, here it is. So I'm clicking here and dragging this down, and basically before I resize or anything, look here at the bottom. You can select totals. So we know this is out of 10. Filled in items, we want 1. And spacing, I'm going to keep as 1. That's really cool. That's a really cool visualization. It makes it so much easier for the reader to look at really quickly. So you can also change the color. Why don't we go with my presets? Let's go with this blue. And for if I want to change the gray, maybe we do the white, the beige, or off-center beige, whatever that color is. So let's also change out this section, which is the last piece of content that I want to add in here. And it is about a breakdown of different types of social media platforms and the percentage of use cases for adults. This arrow doesn't make any sense. I'm going to delete that. Because I'm talking about social media, I can go here and I literally sometimes write social media and see what pulls up. There's all these different icons you can choose from. There's a really fun GIF. I don't think that really makes sense for this right now. What I used in my other, this is also kind of pretty. Where did that go? There it is. This is actually really cute. I try not to use like highly designed pieces. Just because like I try to just keep it really simple for infographics. This is pretty cute though. I might keep this in here. Let's keep it in for now. And why don't we go in and get these references, which are incredibly important in order for us to make sure that we are effectively communicating the kind of where we're getting our information from. Oh, it's not interesting. It's not pasting. Let's try again. Okay, let's try. There we go. So these are my references. I really like this. So if say this is too big, again, you can resize it, right? Or you can resize this. Really get this out here and maybe get back to that center line. The one thing I will say is that, like, if you want this text to stand out, you can actually click effects. There's a lot of different options here. I'm going to show you how to add a drop shadow. You click shadow. You want to make sure that you're getting the right lights or the shadow background. It's selected on white right now, but I'm going to actually pick this darker color, black, to give it a slight drop shadow. And if you go back, you can actually change the offset, like how much do you want it to be popping out, what direction. I like the bottom more so. Transparency, like you can make it really hard or you can make it a lot softer. You could add a little bit of a blur to really soften it. Yeah, but that's basically it. I think this looks really good, honestly. I think that this is a really great way to tell a great visual story. And it doesn't take a lot of work because Canva does a really great job of breaking things down so that you can add effective graphics and data visualization. So, you know, for this text, I'm looking at this here, I just realized that I don't really know how to change the color of that text. Can I hit, oh, there you go. Okay, so see, I'm kind of learning as I go too. I think having a dark color though makes sense. All right, so I like this. I think it's really good. If you want to download it, you just hit this little download button. I would probably select this GIF and download it. While we do that, why don't we also download a high quality, I think this is one of the best options, the high quality PNG. And it gives you this warning that videos, they won't animate, which is obviously, we know this, so we're still gonna download it. So let's let it download for a quick second, and I'm going to show you what the PNG looks like. The PNG obviously downloaded a lot faster. So open it up. Let me move it to the screen so you can see it. This is it. Looks really great. Look at this amazing, I mean, it just looks really professional, and it looks really, really cool. That's basically it. That's how you make a really cool template using or a really great infographic using Canva's templates. I hope that this was helpful, and I cannot wait for you to start designing. As you can tell, there's a lot of really great things you can do with Canva's preset templates to make them your own. If you like this video and you want to see more of it, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.